Hey everyone, I'm Artosis and I'm here with IdrA. He's going to answer some questions for his fan club. They sent down some interview questions, and so here we go. Alright. Can we expect you to post some of your replays or a whole replay pack?
I'm not going to publish replays. I never have, and I don't think I ever will. It's mostly personal preference. It's just, I don't want people to see how I play. And most of the time when people post replay packs, it's bragging. They're trying to show off who they beat. No. But there will be some things in the future that allow you to see more of my play, like practice games and things like that. So I can't tell any details right now because it's still being set up, but you can look forward to that.
Alright. And, well, if CJ were to switch over to StarCraft 2, who would you be afraid of most and why?
Effort. The skill sets switch over pretty cleanly, and he's the best player.
Alright. And keeping Blizzard's history of balancing their games in mind, it seems safe to assume that fixing Terran would make another race overpowered. Can we expect you to express the same amount of criticism if Zerg becomes the new Terran?
I don't think they necessarily have to make another race overpowered. Like, the goal of balance is balance, not to just keep switching between the races. But yeah, in the past, when I was a Protoss player, I said Protoss versus Terran is impossible to lose. I've said that Zerg vs Terran, Zerg was overpowered before the Roach switch. I said for a long time that Zerg vs Protoss was very easy late game. So I have no problems criticizing my own race if it's too strong. It's just right now it's clearly not.
Alright. Do you think that your micro is good enough for your style? Do you aim at improving it?
Obviously you want to get better at everything always. I guess I'm kind of more of a macro player just because I think that fits Zerg better. And I've always had that reputation, but in StarCraft 1, my micro is actually one of my stronger suits, I felt, along with my multitasking. So yeah, my micro is fine. I don't... Yeah, it's good enough for my style.
Alright. Anything interesting to say about your nickname on the Korean realm?
I've had a few of them. Limper is actually a character from a really good series of books. And actually, that would probably be my main ID if I weren't already famous as IdrA. OOA was actually 4U's ID. Because of the social security number thing, I couldn't make my own account, so I borrowed his. I give that back now, since I left CJ. Yeah, that's it.
Alright. And, let's see. Do you think that an aggressive Zerg play, like Mad Frog, could be as viable as your usually passive macro-oriented style, even though you obviously prefer the latter?
No, not at all. It's too easy to nullify early game. Like, if they have a thick wall in with a bunker behind it or something, you can't do anything at all. Banelings take down the first depot and then you're done, or Roaches are outrange. Hydras are way too slow off creep. Mutas are too easily nullified, like in low numbers. One base muta, if they're not completely off guard, is useless. And against Protoss, force fields and cannons and building walls just kind of shut down everything too. So really, no, not at all. Aggressive Zerg's not good.
Alright. Do you think that macro and micro can be perfected? If so, what do you think will be the most important for a pro gamer to improve after that? Is there something in the game that can never be perfected?
Micro can't be perfected because it comes down to person versus person. Like, there's a psychological aspect to it too. You have to think about what they're going to do and counter that, even though it's not necessarily the best move in the current situation. So that is never going to be perfected just because of the human aspect of it. Macro might be. It could, given MBS and auto mine and all that, I think we can come really close in not too far in the future. I think as people get better at the game, harass is going to become much more important. Right now it's not seeing much use at all outside of a few certain players. But it's going to be really important, especially as everyone's macro gets really good, because it'll be everything will come down to chipping away at your opponent and gaining small advantages, because the macro will magnify all of that. If you have any kind of advantage, you're going to be able to hold on to it pretty easily. So everything will come down to harass, I think.
Alright. And going back to your earlier days, how did you learn to multitask in the game? Did it take long? Do you think you still have to improve this?
Obviously, yeah. No one's perfect. Everyone still needs to practice a lot, myself included. I don't know. Just practice, really, for multitasking. It didn't take too long for me. I got pretty good at the game pretty fast. But yeah, for multitasking, it's just practice. For almost everything, it's just practice, really.
Alright. And are there any players, both StarCraft and StarCraft 2, Korean and foreigners, that you hold a lot of respect for, and why?
Well, for foreigners, I think Rhett, Noni, and Skew of like the modern players. It's too hard to judge the old ones like Guillaume and Elke. Obviously, they deserve a lot of respect, but I can't really talk to them directly. But yeah, the modern players, Noni, Rhett, and Skew are the three that I really respect a lot amongst foreigners. Just because, I mean, they're good. They're not gimmick at all. They understand the game really well. They can execute everything they know. They're just good. As for the Koreans, a lot of them deserve respect. Again, probably just the best ones. Flash Jade on Visu are the highest. Just yeah.
All right. Well, that is it from your fan club. Thank you very much for taking the time.
No problem.
Anything to say to your fan club? Any closing words?
You guys kick ass. Especially Hole. I love the list of quotes and stuff. It's really good.
All right. Excellent. Thank you very much.